Just living in it, America's star. He's shining under the floodlights.
Well, he surely is, but an error of judgment perhaps from Eaton, probably playing back to a ball that he needed to have played forward to. There it is, and then just came in with the arm. And that's the way the dressing room is. On your bicycle, he says.
He is having the best year of his life, Milan Kumar. Lofty Eaton never looked settled. He's gone for two. It's 42 for three.
Yep. Great first class cricket for Karnataka.
Played with one of my great mates then. Great friends of Jack. Yeah. He was head coach. He was head coach USA for a while. Another talented young star comes to the crease, Sanjay Krishnamurthy. He'll be at the non-strikers end. The American is Shahab Alam. Comes into the attack. It's going to be a trial by spin now. And it's something we are so used to seeing here in Nepal. The playing surface, to me, though, Fazal, looks very good.
Well, yes, I did listen to HD when he was giving us the download. And there it is, Sanjay Krishnamurthy, one of the stars of the Nepal Premier League. Star from the United States of America, 350s. So don't go by those stats. He's a much better player than that.
The majority of those 50s have been made in Major League Cricket in the United States. Grew up on the West Coast, out in California. And of course, there's always a little bit of an American connection with this side. I know Pabudu Dasanayake, no longer the head coach of the reigning champions, but very much you can see it throughout the team. As Alam comes into the attack for his first over, whipped into the leg side. In amongst all of the hype and the excitement, we can almost forget about the cricket sometimes, can't we? But this is a massive contest, this opening game.
I'm just talking about that surface, Andrew, and it looks such a nice surface. You know, I've always believed that when a batsman or a bowler go out there and take a look at the surface first up, you need to take a nice good look at it. It should look nice, it should look pleasing to the eye, and this certainly did. And we saw it early this afternoon. Just take a look at it. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? An even spread of grass. There is a lot of hardness there, but the key really is no cracks, hard surface, and an even spread of grass. What it means is you would see some really good stroke play. We saw some really good shots to begin with. Unfortunately for the bowls, didn't carry on with it, but it is a surface and a half.
You have to remember there's been virtually no cricket here for 12 months. Since the ending of season 1 of the NPL. Has been a few charity games, that kind of stuff, but certainly no competitive cricket. So the ground staff, who do an amazing job here, have got the ground in pristine condition. It's 46 for 3. Well, I told you it was going to be a trial by spin. They're going to wheel through all their options. The 6th bowler comes into the attack. There is no cricket in Nepal without left-arm spin. It's what everyone seems to want to bowl. Santosh Yadav comes into the attack, and the calibre of those left-arm spinners very strong. Difficult position here for the Bolts. They don't know whether to stick or twist right now.
Well, this is the intriguing part of the game. It is the power play, and then overs between 7 and let's say 13 or 14 are really crucial to rebuild the innings, and then you can explode with wickets in hand in the latter half of the overs between 15 and 20. The key now is consolidation.
I think particularly having been asked to bat first in this opening game of the tournament, they want some kind of a total on the board to try and defend, because nobody knows exactly how things are going to react under the floodlights. I was here last night for the ceremonial turning on for the first time of the lights. There was a bit of dew about. Got him! Oh, that's beautifully bowled! An immediate impact. And Santosh Yadav has a delivery of his dreams to light up this field of dreams.
Again, an error of judgment perhaps from Sanjay Krishnamurthy. Again, he should have played the ball forward, went back, played for the turn. It just came on with the arm. Take a look at that. Just went on with the arm, and he played inside the line of the ball. Clearly an error of judgment there from the batsman. Nothing really great with the delivery, but poor shot selection this, which means he'll head in for an early shot. He's gone for 2, and the team score 46 for 4.
One Yadav to the other now as Mayan Yadav comes to the crease. Slip comes into place. Arm ball, fraction too short though. Special piece of left arm spin bowling we've just seen. This was, well, a spinner's dream delivery.
What did the batsman in there really, in my opinion, was, Andrew, that he lined up to play the ball that was coming into him. It came in with the arm and just straightened at that last moment. So he played the ball with the arm. Oh, beautifully struck this. Really got the gap and will get the boundary. The key there was he played it late with the precision of a surgeon.
Yeah, really good placement. The 50 comes up, and Asif Sheikh is really carrying the Bolts' hopes on his shoulders. I think the Bolts fans, despite it being a Kathmandu home game, outnumbering those from the Kathmandu Gorkhas who've had that name change, remember, this year. Playing in a new colour, all in black last season, to a very interesting sort of turquoise. 9 have been bowled, it's 51 for 4. Not a ticket to be had for love nor money. Even Asif Sheikh himself last night going onto Instagram and putting up a story and saying, "I have no passes, please stop asking." We're seeing an exhibition of spin bowling here. This is going to be the hottest show in town, the biggest sporting event to ever come to Nepal.
Well, absolutely, and it's only going to get bigger and better from here on. The facilities here are top draw. The cricket seems to be really good, especially Asif Sheikh, 35 of 25. Left-arm spinners have been doing well.
And Shahab Alam was in and around the squad. Nepal had a remarkable run of things in the T20 format, taking that historic first-ever victory over a full-member nation in the Unity Cup. Not just winning 1 game, but winning 2 to win the series in Sharjah. And then I don't think they were at their very best in Oman at points, but they did enough through some classic cardiac kids chaos to qualify for their third T20 World Cup.
But I tell you what, Andrew, apart from the facilities here, the cricket here, the crowd here, one thing that's really impressed me is your involvement with Nepal cricket. I'm absolutely flabbergasted with your knowledge of Nepal cricket, and no wonder they just adore you out here.
Was hoping for a 4, a 6 or a wicket so we could move swiftly on there, but thank you, very kind. They're going to get 2 thanks to the misfield. Just a fumble. They've manicured the outfield beautifully, but they've got that design in there, so it's a slightly shorter piece of grass with the lighter green and slightly darker. That might just have deceived Milan Kumar. Just see there, occasionally you'll get a slightly uneven bounce, but it is like a bowling green out there. Needs to get back and will get back. And they're going to run through for the overthrow. Not really the way in which Asif Sheikh would have wanted it, but he's holding this innings together. Like his nickname, I'll tell you that, Bim Sharkey. No.
कचहरी के पहले एपिसोड में पहली विवेचना आपके बारे में थी, आम लोगों के बारे में, आपकी आमदनी के बारे में, क्योंकि हमने पहले ही कहा था टीवी पर लौटने का मकसद आप लोगों के लिए, आपकी आवाज उठाने। अब दूसरी विवेचना जो है वो आपकी नौकरी के बारे में। जरा सोचिए कि अगर एआई इंसानों की नौकरियां खा जाएगा तो क्या होगा, और जो
this
cut away. That's in the gap. Work to do for the field and the deep. He'll give up. That's a lovely 4 and a very important one coming at a crucial time. Just breaks the shackles there. He's holding 40, Asif Sheikh.
The placement here. That's what's impressive. There are 2 men behind point on the offside, and then there's a sweeper who's forward of square. So this placement has to be perfect, and it is.
Yeah, a lot goes through the mind of a batter at this stage. You've lost your top 4. You're in good form, striking well. Should I change gears? Should I play my natural game? How does a batter adapt to these situations, HT?
The great players play the situation. You know, yes, every batter would like to have a role that they play within the side, but sometimes where the match position is, you can't just play that ideal role. You need to play accordingly, and at 61 for 4, they're in danger of being bowled out. So here you just want to rotate the strike, find the odd boundary, and get yourselves into a position where in maybe the last 4 overs you can then put your head down. End of the 11th, 62 for 4.
Yeah, the fall of wickets well documented, suggesting it was a sudden collapse in the 30s and the 40s that has put the Janakpur bowls on the back foot. Yas is looking good. There's so much spin on offer here for the Kathmandu Gorkhas. The luxury of the left arm spinners. Shah Alam has been quite a success story for Nepal cricket. Santosh Yadav's been impressive. Milan Kumar broke the back of the Janakpur bowls. Yeah, slow through the air this time. Nicely nudged away. Yeah, what's a safe score on the surface all of a sudden, HD? That's the $1 million question.
Oh, that is the $1 million question. Well, we know that The Gorkhas struggled last year with their batting. Didn't post anything significant, but it's a different looking team.
That's a brilliant hit. In the gap, up and over. No half measures. He had to reach out to it. And he races to 48 now, Asif. He's playing a gem of an innings this evening.
Alam's got 3 men on the leg side boundary, so he can't afford to be outside off stump because there's no protection on the offside, and this is width. But what a shot that is.
A play to situations. One for the shot, one for the throw, send back. He'll stay on 49 for the moment, but that's not the real story. The bigger picture is how long can he bat for the bowls, Asif Sheikh.
Yeah, Alam needs to be in and around middle and leg stump here because of the field. He can't be off stump and outside and expose his offside because there's just a long off and a sweeper on that offside.
Good over this for the Janakpur bowls. The ability to turn the strike around is so important in the T20 format, HD.
Percentage of dot balls, that's what you want to limit, is when you walk to the wicket as a batter for the first time, that's how you want to get yourself in, is rotate the strike.
Lovely delivery. Some extra bit of turn. They just try to play and roll his wrist over it and nudge it towards mid-wicket. Good shout as well. 8 runs coming off this over. It's 70 for 4. We are coming to you live from the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium here in Kirtipur. Day 1, Match 1 in Season 2 of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League. He's been impressive, Santosh. Just bowling around the stumps.
Yeah, all the spinners have been impressive, and I think particularly Santosh and Alam with their variation of pace. You know, it's flat, flat, and then one real slow.
You're just trying to create a scoring opportunity. You tend to manufacture shots and try to play the angles as well. All right, then Asif Sheikh on 49. He's been a picture of focus and concentration this evening. And he's looked very good. Comes back for the second and brings up the first half century of Season 2 of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League. Asif Sheikh in prime form. And the boys in the dugout as well stand to applaud what has been a matured and a sensible innings.
Well, it's had to be sensible and mature because his team have got themselves into a pickle. But gee, he's played well. I mean, 52 of just 38 deliveries while his side's been losing wickets. So he's maintained that tempo and put them in a position from a net run rate perspective is where they're in a decent position.
Yeah, just take a look at the numbers. Janakpur bowls have 75 runs, out of which 52 has come from the bat of Asif, which means the remaining 23 have come from the remaining 5 batters. And that's the kind of contribution he's made so far in this innings. There it is. If you take a look at that batting card, picture will be very clear as well. They're pushing for the second. They'll settle for one. And this partnership slowly building. 13-27. It's 76 for 4. Just the one batter getting into double figures, and that's a half century for the Janakpur bowls in the form of Asif Sheikh. But Milanta, flattered to deceive, looked good with an early boundary. Anil Kumar Shah lasted 2 deliveries, and Nicol Lofty-Eaton and Sanjay Krishna Murthy, they couldn't really put some resistance up in the middle. Nicely picked away. This protection in the deep. He'll only get a single. All right then, just the right time to head across to the sidelines. We have Jess Crow standing by with West Indian legend and the head coach of Janakpur Bowls, Shivnarayan Chanderpaul.
Here I am, joined next to me by Shiv Chanderpaul. Shiv, the team have 77 runs on the board. What do you make of their performance so far?
Look, we started well. We lost a few wickets. We lost our way a little bit. We're trying to rebuild, and then once we have a little partnership going, then we can decide on the back end how we go.
And the wicket is proving quite spin-friendly this evening. Is this something you're going to take forward into the next innings?
Well, it all depends on what happens in the next innings.
Yeah, audio's gone.
It might not be that. Can update.
Yeah, Ben Charles was excited behind the stumps. He felt there was something in that appeal that's been referred upstairs. This will be a body blow to Janakpur Bowls' chances if it does not go in their favour. Asif Sheikh, that's the big wicket there.
I don't know if we're supposed to talk or... Are you sure? Are we supposed to talk? Right, so does he get that back foot back in time? That's what's critical. There's no doubt that he slides in playing the attacking sweep slog, but can he get that back foot back? Lovely bit of work from Charlesworth again, who's had a good game behind the stumps so far. Front foot, all okay. Big moment, massive moment.
This is very close, and it looks like to be going in favour of the fielding side. Great glove work behind the stumps by Ben Charlesworth. Asif Sheikh maybe just went that extra bit of stride forward, despite having those long levers. Don't think he's made it in time. You've got to have some part of your foot behind the wicket. Well, the decision's been given. In the big screen, Asif Sheikh's innings comes to an end. It's been a high-class innings that comes to an end in dramatic fashion.
Yeah, captain played well. Maybe just got out at the wrong time. Is there ever a right time? Goes for 54. Brilliant bit of glove work. The Bolts are 78 for 5. We lost program there. Never produced before. I don't think he's ever produced before. Gets frustrated. This looks like Samarakun. It looks like him. Lahiru Samarakun, I think. Sri Lankan all-rounder. Yeah.
Half the side back in the dugout for Janakpur Bowls in this tournament opener. The defending champions just finding themselves in a bit of a situation here. Got to give it to the discipline of Kathmandu Gurkhas. They've come back a strong side. They've prepared well. They won both their practice games. Lahiru Samarakun walks out. There again. We keep talking about taking the pace of the delivery, bowling it slow through the air. And that's troubled the batters this evening, HT.
What's the variation of pace? And that slower one is proving to be problematic for the batters.
Yeah, he'll get off the mark with a single. Was that shot on by Asif Sheikh, HT?
Well, you can understand the aggressive stroke play that Asif Sheikh wants to play. He's got himself in. He's got to a half century. but it's nicely bowled, a little bit of turn. But to me, this is all about the keeping of Charlesworth. That was quick, efficient, deadly.
And there you can see turn, a lot of turn as well. The ball's gripping off the surface. What an over this has turned out to be. A wicket and 3 runs, 79 for 5. Yeah, what a cricketing spectacle unfolding here in the middle at the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium. These are live pictures coming to you. And those drone scenes are quite literally giving you a bird's eye view of what a beautiful stadium this has turned out to be in a year's time. Credit to the Cricket Association of Nepal. Yeah, just going by how things have panned out, we are into over number 15. Only 3 overs has gone to pace. Rest have been spinners, HT.
Again, what's encouraging here by Karan KC and his leadership is he takes the left arm spinner off and brings on the mystery spinner of Millen. Naturally, he's only got the 1 over left here, but they know that Samarakun as a left-hander would want to target the left arm spinners. Hit with the spin.
He's had to manufacture a shot. He's had to take a bit of risk, but without risk, you don't find reward. And this time he certainly will. Just breaks the shackles at the right time. Finds the release shot, Mayan. He'll have to keep going.
Big reach here from Mayan. It has to be. Because Milan Kumar's length has been perfect. So he has to stretch and gets it up and over.
Yeah, you talk about the mystery bowlers. So much has changed in T20 cricket. HD. Milan Kumar, an off-spinner, mystery bowler. How do you designate him?
Oh, push hard, yeah. Oh, no. That's a good decision. Because that's a lovely bit of outfielding. Yeah, an off-spinner, yes. But he bowls the one that comes sort of out the front of the hand, doesn't he? Seam up. And I think that's the little mystery that's attached to him.
Lovely delivery. 6 runs of over number 15. We are into the back 5 in this innings. It's going to be exhilarating. Janakpur bowls 85 for 5.
Well, just 5 overs left in this first innings. And the Bolts are going to have to try and drive up to some kind of a defendable total. They don't have what they would like at the moment. But 140 or so. As that's hit strongly back at Erasmus, who does well to keep it to a dot ball. You can see the tactics from the captain, Karen KC. He's sticking heavy with spin, isn't he? He's got so many options, 4 different bowling options, all spinners. And I think they've done a really good job on the whole, Fazil.
Well, absolutely. I mean, they were really motoring along at one stage, were the defending champions. But suddenly, between those over 7 to 12 or 13, they've been really put on the back foot. Like 6 bowlers there used by them, 3 for 15. of his 4 overs for Millen. He was the pick of the bowlers, really. I mean, they've had a good time here, and it's nice to see this tussle between bat and ball coming on really well. The lights are slowly beginning to take effect, and it's that time of the evening, isn't it? That twilight where it's difficult to pick up the ball.
Yeah, sunset time locally, 5:15. Exactly, that will of course start to creep a little earlier as the tournament progresses. So what I would imagine is we'll always have, with the 4 p.m. starts, we'll have the majority of that first innings in daylight. The floodlights really then will start to kick in, and that entirety of that second innings, where we're going to have to keep an eye on the dew, will be played under these magnificent new floodlights. Look at that sight. They can show me that shot again and again and again. It is quite stunning here. It's always been a beautiful ground. It's now a world-class ground.
Well, absolutely. That's for no reason that it's called, and for that very reason that it's called the International Cricket Stadium, TU. International Cricket Stadium here in Kathmandu. It's like a sight for sore eyes. And the mountains in the background really augur well. 16 overs done, 89 for 5.
What a beautiful sight. If you've never had the fortune to come to Nepal, you need to put it onto your bucket list now and find a way to get here to the beautiful Himalayan nation as soon as you can. It is great culture, great history, the most magnificent food if you're fond of a drink. They enjoy one across the valley here too. And I will tell you something, there is no better place to visit than here in Kathmandu, and indeed right the way across the country. Every single one of the 7 provinces represented in this Nepal Premier League by the 8 teams, all the way from the far west out in Sudar Pashim. Got the reigning champions here down southeast in Janakpur, heading out towards Bharatnagar in the far east. Okay, 4 overs left, 89 for 5 the score, and the skipper comes back into the attack. He's been impressive yet again, the folk hero of Nepal, the Valentine's Day boy. I'm going to tell you that story, Faisal. You'll love that.
Well, the good part really is the crowd that's come in here. Huge numbers. That's the Red Bull fan zone. Well, get in there and make sure that you get yourselves a ticket. Fabulous spot to, what a hit this. Absolutely got the middle of the bat, but just not the placement.
You're just getting a look up there at the Red Bull zone. And Red Bull bringing new energy to this tournament. One of many sponsors who've got involved. Whipped away, and whipped away stylishly. That'll go all the way. Much more like it for the Bolts, and it's the homegrown Mayan Yadav doing the business for them.
Well, yes, it was really a gift, wasn't it? Just had to get bat on ball, help it on its way. Not very big boundaries here at the TU International Cricket Stadium, but just take a look at that. A nice little swivel. The key was he was always trying to time the ball, not really hit it too hard. And there it is, just over those boundary cushions. Much to the elation of all these people who have come here to witness such a memorable event.
how do you expect the floodlights to affect play? Nobody really knows here. You've obviously played a lot of cricket in India, covered a lot of cricket in stadia that are used to floodlights. The ball will skid on a bit.
Well, it suddenly seems to be played differently. Another shot of that magnificent venue, isn't it? I mean, not a seat available there for love or money. Just take a look at that. I mean, just all over the place. But just coming back to your point about the lights, yes, it does have a little effect on the pitch. But I'm just wondering what kind of effect it would have.
Guided away nicely into the offside. Should be a couple. Yeah, there was definite dew last night. It's that kind of little bit of skidding on off the surface, and then in the outfield can be difficult for the spinners too.
Well, yes, it would be. The ball would get a lot soapy. It would feel like a bar of soap in your hand. Very difficult to run around and stop it. But more importantly, what I'm wondering is these youngsters haven't had too much of exposure under lights, Andrew. So how would it be catching the ball with the night sky as the background? That's the crucial one.
Yeah, you're spot on there. In fact, it's only the national team players from Nepal who've played in the likes of Oman and other venues overseas. As this one's scythed away through the offside. Good strong shot. They're going to take on the arm for the second, slightly larger side. So they'll get back for 2. 3 overs remain. The 100 comes up. The bolts, 100 for 5. Well, it's dusk, isn't it? And it means that these floodlights are kicking into full effect. I have to say, I've been privileged to come here more than 30 times now to Nepal. I've covered cricket at this ground since all the way back in 2018. I never thought I would see a day like this. And the pride of the nation, the front page of every paper, the talk of the country. It's here in Kirtipur. This isn't just a stadium and a ground. As they're going to take on the arm for the second, get back comfortably. Very wild throw. It's not just a stadium for this season or for next year. For decades and maybe centuries to come, this is going to be the place to be.
And just spare a thought for these kids playing out there in the middle. What an opportunity for them to express themselves in an international facility. The coverage of this going all around the world. On world on world on overs to go. This should be in that vicinity of 140, perhaps 145. Tens and over, they get to 130. They need a lot more than that. The defending champions, the Janakpur Bolts, they need to get on with it in this last hurrah for them in this innings.
Very well played and well placed too. He'll get the full reward of a boundary 4. His eyes are locked in, aren't they? And that's good manipulation of the field, getting across his stumps and finding another boundary.
That's called situational awareness to me. He knew exactly where the fielders were and just swiveled round and really getting it to the right of that fielder. And that was an Encel Super 4.
Cleverly bowled inside the guideline and good glove work again from Simpson. He wants a wide, he's not going to get it. It's 113 for 5.
डिसोमगोको एपबाट हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ र कान्तिपुर म्याक्सको टिभीबाट हेर्न पाउनुहुन्छ भने स्टाई स्पोर्ट सेलेक्ट 2बाट खेलको प्रत्यक्ष प्रसारण दिइरहेछ। त्यहाँबाट खेलको मजा उठाउन सक्नुहुन्छ तपाईँहरूले। भारतमा ओटिटीमा तपाईँले फ्यान कोड र नेपाल र भारत बाहेक अन्य देशमा हुनुभएकाले ओटिटीमा अनलाइनबाट हेर्नको लागि तपाईँले डिसोमगोको एप्लिकेसनलाई प्रयोग गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। र 18 ओभरको पनि अन्त्य भइसक्यो। 113 मा 5 विकेट रहेको जनकपुरको टिम। अब भने 2 ओभर बाँकी छ खेलको। यति बेला पहिलो इनिङको अन्त्य हुनको लागि बलिङको लागि राशिद खान आएका छन् आफ्नो सेकेन्ड ओभर लिएर। पहिलो ओभरमा 16 खर्चिएका राशिद दोस्रो ओभर लिएर बलिङ गर्ने क्रममा अफ स्टम्पमा बाहिरको बल थियो, हल्का न्युरियर लेग साइडमा खेल्न चाहिँ आएका थिए।
Very, very, very difficult to defend. He should get pace back on the ball though to work with. As Rashid Khan, the Afghan leg spinner. Good skills from Nepal's Rashid Khan, getting that slower ball in, taking the pace off, and Lahiru can't get anything on it.
Well, it's so imperative to mix things up, isn't it? I mean, just lining him up, Lahiru, but up to the mark and up to the task was this man on your screen, Rashid Khan. And the crowd's really expecting that final 12 deliveries. Can they go big? Can he go big?
Very good skills. Death bowling has been an issue for Nepal at the national level, but proving a little bit too good there for the Sri Lankan, who just is struggling, isn't he? 28 years of age, 14 off 16 now. And really, outside of Asif Sheikh, nobody has properly stood up for the bolts yet.
Well, he was looking really good with Asif Sheikh, their marquee player. The defending champions rely so heavily on him. Unfortunately, left stumped for that well-made 54. The first 50 of this Nepal Premier League, coming in the very first innings of the tournament. How good is that?
It was Andreas Kaus, wasn't it, last season, who hit the first century. I think we'll have more than one century this year. I feel we're going to have very good batting conditions. And the quality, the calibre of the overseas stars that are coming in, even better in season 2. Down the track, just helped into the leg side. They'll think about the second, they won't get it.
Well, excellent 3 deliveries for Rashid Khan. He's really mixed things up. He foxed the batsman there. Charging him, slow delivery used to really good effect.
Very skillful bowling, it really is. And they should think of a second, but they won't be able to get there. Okay, well, it's great to be with you, and what a dream team we have. I'm delighted to be back. We've got HD Ackerman, Mikhail Vaswamy, but need to introduce you to this man here. We've got Fazal Khalil, played a lot of first-class cricket. Now, you were asking me about my Dhaka Topi. I've got one for you. Welcome to Nepal. See if you can put that on there, my friend. How good is he going to look in this? Oh, it fits like a glove.
Well, absolutely stoked to be here. Namaste to the entire country. Thank you very much for having me over here, and I'm enjoying every moment of it, especially with you, Andrew. Thank you very much.
It looks good on him too, doesn't it? Not as good as mine, though. Look at that. Oh, I love the stripe in my one. That's the one I travel everywhere, all the way around the world. It's great to have you with us there at home. This is the opening night. I've never seen hype like it in Nepal, and it's living up to the hype on the opening night under these floodlights. comes across his crease, but that's an excellent piece of bowling again from Rashid Khan. How well has the young man bounced back here?
Well, absolutely. I mean, he's mixed things up. He's recognized the fact that they are going to go after him. So very little pace on the ball. Taking pace off the ball is really the key. Take a look at that one again. The back of the hand. He's finished his shot and then the ball arrives. That's a really good bowling. And full marks to the skipper for bringing him on at a very crucial over.
Hit into the offside, hasn't got much of it, but will get enough to pick up at least the single. He's got to get going to get back for two. Means that Lahiru will have a strike in the final over, and with one remaining, it's 1-1-8 for 5. Good little partnership. It's worth 40 for the 6th wicket, but I don't think it's come swiftly enough for the Bolts to really be in any way comfortable or confident about defending this total. They need a massive last over, and they'll have the skills of Karan KC to come up against, who'll take the responsibility of bowling the final over. One of the 4 overseas players. Just hasn't quite come quickly enough for my liking. It's been a good partnership, a good recovery. I think Mayan Yadav's played the better hand of the 2 batters. Lahiru needs to show why he's here now from Sri Lanka. And that's exactly why he's here. I think he might have heard me. The biggest 6 we've seen so far by a distance. It goes a long way, and the Bolts need it and need more of them.
Well, certainly was in the slot, and he didn't even take a look at it. Look at that. He just knew instantly that it had gone many a mile. It was very high and very wide and very, very handsome, wasn't it? A huge hit back live. There it is once again. A huge hit. Back live now.
Tries to go again. Drags it a little. But can he get back on strike? He can't. He just stood there watching it. A really poor piece of running. That should have been 2. Instead, it will be over to Mayan Yadav now.
Well, yes, this is the cardinal mistake of giving the batsman pace to work with. And that's exactly what Rashid Khan didn't do in the penultimate over. 47 now, the partnership. Very crucial runs for the defending champions.
Yeah, he's an out-and-out all-rounder, is Lahiru. Certainly we'll see his pace bowling skills in the second innings as that 1 T20I appearance for Sri Lanka has played in the Bangladesh. Devolved brevis to that shot, the no-look 6. He just held his pose as he knew he had it out of the screws. What can Yadav do? 4 balls left. Fielder out there, just a single.
Well, just take a look at this for a hit, Andrew. It was in the slot, no doubt about that, but you still had to put it away. He'd off there, didn't he?
Yeah, I think we may as well stop the count. That's the Siddhartha Bank 6 of the match for me already. Big hit. Yeah, the no-look 6. I don't think it would have happened back in your day. The coach would have given out to you, would have said, watch the ball. But there's a little bit of logic behind it too. It's trying to hold your shape in the shots, trying to make sure you hold the pose. Very tight. Very tight to being given as a wide, but given as the one for the over. Lahiru not happy.
Well, again, the premium of not giving the batsman any pace to play with. Just take a look at that one again. There it is, digging that one in short, imploring the umpire for a wide. Your take, Andrew?
Well, I was a bowler, so I'll say it wasn't, but I think the batters will say it definitely was. That one's bowled from 25 yards, and it's hit to Mohammed Adil Alam, who holds on. Excellent catch. We've seen two, both in that same location. The first one from Erasmus. This time it's the returning star himself. The all-round skills of Mohammed Adil Alam.
What a magnificent catch under pressure. There it is, the big heave-ho. Picks the fielder, but more importantly, keeping his eyes on the ball, head really steady, and a really smart catch. Thank you very much, says the bowler. It's really the fielder's wicket more than the bowler's, isn't it? A nice little cameo. 22 of 21, Lahiru back in the hut. The defending champions, 126 for 6.
Rupesh Singh for the final ball. Hits that very well. Lovely little cameo from Rupesh Singh. He came in and made his debut for the national side this year. We'll see him more with the ball in the second innings, but that's the perfect ending pretty much for an innings that wasn't the best from the reigning champions. Only 130 runs on the board. And I think there's only one way to look at it. It's massive advantage to the hometown Kathmandu Gorkhas with their new head coach, Monty Desai. They will be very confident of opening NPL Season 2 with a win.
Well, they'll be surely hurting, will the Janakpur Bowls put into bat 130 for 6 for them. They needed about 140 for sure. But they've got runs on the board. It's the first game of the season. Pressure will be on for the team in the Aquamarines. They'll have to come and get those runs. So a lot of cricket to play with still, Andrew.
Is it the aquamarine, the teal, the turquoise? You tell us at home. What do you reckon of that beautiful new Kathmandu Gorkhas kit? Most men are colourblind, so we'll probably both get it wrong. But whatever the case, it's been a really entertaining first innings. I do think it's a pretty significant advantage to the men in teal. They have been excellent with the ball, but for the batters, Asif Sheikh and Mayan Yadav,